The captain takes his dutiful spot at the head of the war table, which, as of right now, your guys' map laid upon it is the stretch from east of Drizzlane to west of Kemvel's Crossing. So it's a very centralized, focused look on the immediate region. Express takes her place by the side of the captain at the head of the table, as she is his administrative assistant. And he turns to her. So where are our guests? You guys see Express, flinch a bit at the captain's direct attention. He's not frustrated at her, but, she's just a more skittish individual. And her eyes begin darting around the place, as if waiting for something. And that's not lost on the captain, nor on you guys that have, passive perception of 10 or better. Which is fun, because that's a number it starts at. It's around the afternoon right now. But there are some lanterns set up in here. To all of you that have some form of spellcasting, you feel a sense of doom upon you. Like someone that has seen a truck approach them at high velocity. A sense of doom and foreboding and omen blankets upon all of you in a sense, technically, but specifically the spellcasters. You all see manifesting from the umbra, the shadows underneath the table, and pulling themselves up like a dead man, crawling from the grave. This individual.
Oh yeah, that looks normal.
Oh yeah, okay, sure. Yeah,
It's quite clear that they're not normal, doubly painted by the fact that they emit out a continuous flow of dark mist, black fog. They use one hand to grab the edge of the war table and yank themselves out from in this fucking ring-esque style. And it's quite clear that they're not alone, as they also yank out with their other hand, like a parent dragging a child violently out from the grocery store. An actual child.
That's why I needed that art.
A number of individuals in your company's command tent flinch, draw weapons, but you guys would catch that some of them don't even bother. It's one of those scenarios where they know you're outclassed. So what's the point of making things rude?
They have enough experience to know, like, hey, it's not worth it.
Thrash and No Face are like, yep.
If you want us dead, we'd be dead.
Eventually, this individual fully comes out from under the table, as well as the other one. You guys hear a movement outside your tent. Those of you near it would spot, or the more eagle-eyed amongst you would spot, through the crack in the folds of it, a very tall, broad-standing individual blocking your way out. They look something like this.
What the fuck is that?
Don't worry about it.
My job is to be worried.
That's fair. That's fair. Eventually, the room settles with this tenuous, just outright tension, I guess. And the shadowy individual that first pulled themselves free lets go of the child, who is in a state of, not shock, because that makes it sound like they're utterly lost, but in the state of bemusement, confusion, boredom. Yeah. They just sort of generally not around. Not in terms of, like, they're not here mentally, like, they're deficient. Just not paying attention.
Uncaring.
Uncaring. I assume you are our employer. That is right, Captain. Good day, Red Revelry. you hear this voice speak with a ghostly echo about it, more haunting than Husk, who naturally also has a similar inflection. With every word they speak, those of you that have spellcasting almost find it grating like nails on chalkboard. Not because it actually is, but it just sends this ringing through your ears.
Can we tell why?
Well, you would probably know why. This is an Archon. Archons are being of such immense power that they disrupt magical energy around them. So those of you that are in tune with it, notice when an Archon is in your presence.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
When they speak, it is simultaneously a male and female voice in perfect unison at times, but at other times discordant, doubling down on this echo to them. I trust that your siege of Kenvo's Crossing was a successful one. It was, as evidenced by our captives there. So we see. You will be letting one of them go in due time. What?
But
those are my commands, Captain, but we will discuss the terms of it in due time. But first, introductions are in order. I am the Archon of Shadows. When they say shadows, you hear more than two voices. You hear a cacophony, a crowd's worth. Who would Simon be next to? Probably Lord Cross and Phoenix. I'll roll a coin flip to see which of you it is. Give me a sec here.
I'm gonna say Phoenix is sticking by this new person.
Okay, I'll bias it towards you then. So 2 and 3
Nice.
are you, and then 1 is Lord Cross. The famous 3-sided coin.
it is
Lord
meant to
Cross.
be.
Lord Cross, you feel Simon put a hand and sort of like, I don't know, use you as cover in a certain regard as he like tries to like squirrel himself away from the Archon of Shadows' attention. Or view, or gaze, or what have you. Not that you can fucking see its eyes, but, you know, I digress. I am the Archon of Shadows. Your employer. And I must confess, I am quite pleased with your performance thus far. Let us hope that you maintain the streak. I'm sure you all know you will be assisting the Mithras Empire with the conquest of the Veil. But that is not all you will be doing. This, gestures at the child, is the Archon of Dolls. A new comrade in our number. And your VIP. You will be defending her, keeping her safe, and abiding by her requests, few and far as they are. She looks finally at you guys. A deadened look to her gaze. She doesn't say anything. Actually, she might not say anything, but she might do something. Let's see. I'll only care if it's an 80. I'll only care if it's an 85 or above.
Oh, that's
or I
bad.
guess 86 and above. Oh, shit. Okay, we're good.
Thank God. It's not Jim's card rolling over.
That was close.
You are now the vessel. Rust. Eat someone's soul.
Damn.
She will be your VIP. But worry not. You won't be alone in this regard. Standing outside the tent right now is the marionette. Her specific doll. She scans across you guys once more. Just, She's the Arcana doll's just, She's probably, you would guess, somewhere from 6 to 8 years old, maybe a bit older, tops.
Just a little kid.
Little kid.
I think Piers unintentionally just does the like sup nod because everything is so overwhelming right now that it's just like natural instinct sup.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Max it out. Not 20.
Come on, Nettie.
Where's persuasion? Somehow I'm not proficient in persuasion. Okay, I'll take that.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh, I don't think that's
Well,
good.
the good news is you're setting the DC on the 23, and I was wondering if you would get below it.
Okay.
Not. No, we're not doing the 86 and above like the previous rule.
Yeah.
So, it'd be a bad time right now.
I see.
Yeah. It's a different
My brain
demon type.
exploded. So I'm guessing
But
nothing
I
happens
asked.
then.
No, nothing happens. She just
Yeah.
stares at you with dead eyes, more akin to a fish. I assume there's a reason we're guarding an Archon of all things. There is, of course. And you and I will discuss that shortly. I see. He looks and stares at her. She's facing you guys, but the captain's behind her. And then she suddenly fucking locks in on him. She turns around at a not breakneck speed, but quite fast speed for how lethargic she seems, and stares at him. To those of you that know SCPs, she's like, I would attribute some relevancy to the starry-eyed child and that sort of eerie gaze effect. Yeah. He frowns at that, but doesn't seem particularly possessed or perturbed or such.
I didn't realize Archons needed protecting.
There are many things you don't realize, Lord Cross. I see you've done your homework. I am in every shadow, and the shadows hear much. Lord Cross, you can feel Simon behind you at the mention of "I'm in every shadow," him tense behind you. Sounds like we have much to discuss then, Archon. Indeed. Let us continue it in private. Sob, I believe your name is. And you guys see Sob, who is normally utterly unamused and bored of everything. Not like in the same dead-end way as the kid is, but in like this like edgy, like impetulant teenager sort of way. Even he is fucking spooked right now.
Oh.
And at being called out directly, quintuples that. He doesn't even say anything back to the Archon of Shadows. His eyes shoot open wide like dinner plates, and he looks at her. Him. It. I believe you would be best to show the Archon of Dolls around the place to her new abode. The Archon of Shadows turns and looks down at the Archon of Dolls. Go on, then. Take a look.
I assume Sob seems like he's not exactly happy to do that.
No, not at all. But I don't think anyone in the room wants to naysay the Archon right now.
Yeah.
The marionette moves out of the way, and it allows Sob and Anchor and the Archon of Dolls to leave the command tent. Alright. And I assume that everyone else is allowed to leave. They are. I did not want to take too much of your afternoon greetings from you. You are fresh from the battlefield. Very well. Dismissed. A number of people file the fuck out of here. They're like, I ain't staying around. I am leaving at the first allowance. Fuck
Phoenix
that.
is on.
I know he's probably gonna want to blitz out himself, but I'm going to drag Simon out.
Yeah, if you're as long as you're moving towards the exit, he's okay with going at your body cover speed.
Yep, yep, yep.
On the way out, Storyteller's just like, pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir. And then leaves. Tell the way for his spot. Gone, just trying to be nice on the way out. He's a queen.
So, you guys shuffle out, and I can change the music. As you guys exit out of the place, you guys see Scribe, who clearly wants to be in that room, but is not allowed to. And you guys see him, like, writing in his book exactly what just happened. And then you guys also hear him muttering to himself, and now comes the PDSR. You guys are familiar with the term PDSR. It is an acronym that shows up many, many, many times in the Chronicles. One that he uses. It stands for Post-Debrief Split Recurrence. AKA, every time there's a debrief, everyone fucking goes their own separate ways. That's what always fucking happens. So, in that vein, here's where all your NPCs are.
Yo!
Damn.
Oh my god, this is what you spent last night doing.
Yeah, listen.
You're
It's
amazing, Crash.
Nomad.
Yeah, Nomad's just slamming outside the walls. Oh yeah, so this is a palisade. It's multiple wooden logs sharpened. This is a ditch. These are the
Ditch.
battlements. I didn't put the ladder points for to climb onto the battlements, but there are a few ladder points around the place to climb onto the battlements that aren't the towers themselves, the watchtowers themselves. Okay, now I can change the music back to something less fucking haunting.
Oh, there's Scribe.
Back to the vagabond.
What did she mean by this?
I was thinking it last night every time Crash said ditch, but I didn't have the wherewithal to say it.
I appreciate that.
I just don't think it would have been coherent. That's all.
We got to dig
Probably
deep
not in your
ditches.
stone ass way. So, a few of your comrades go to the training yards to immediately begin training on the things that happen to, or to react to the things that happen to them. Hitch goes to the siege works. You guys will probably see Hitch in this corner 90% of the time. This tent is anchors and sobs.
So
This
that's
is their
where the-
specific tent.
Yeah, that's where the Archon is then.
Even though he was told to show her around the place, yeah, it probably is. And by extent of the marionettes.
And then our prisoners are here?
No, they're in the jail. There.
In the jail. Right, there's a whole jail section.
So these are where your NPCs are currently at. I could give you an account of what they went to go do, but that would be me listing 34 different activities. Which I'm not going to do that. If you go to the direction, I'll tell you, but yeah. This is start with them. Sunder is waiting outside the command tent, as is Mesmer. I should probably put Seer and Scribe a bit closer. There you go.
Together or no?
No, they're both standing on opposite sides, but Sunder and Mesmer don't really mesh. Not that they hate each other, but there's
You know,
Yeah, really.
they don't have to like
Just
each
don't-
other as a job.
They don't hang out.
That Venn
Yeah,
diagram
they
does
do not-
overlap.
they do not. Yeah,
There's
exactly.
two different circles.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot Bug in the middle. I was gonna randomly roll which direction where Bug went. 1d4 north.
North,
east,
south, east,
never
west.
eats. Never eats all you were, or whatever the fuck it is.
We apples.
He goes this
I
way.
guess he goes to you guys.
Hello.
There's more east he can go. Oh yeah, No Face does go into Jerusalem. I will say that.
Good for him.
Is he allowed to, or
Maybe
does he
not
sneak
legally so, but he does go into the place.
in?
So as you guys are like wondering, as you guys are one of the survivors of the PDSR, the post-debrief split recurrence, you guys are just sort of like, what do we do? Bug comes up, holds out of water to Express, who's in the midst of like reeling from the exchange. And to those of you that succeed your insight checks earlier, you see now why she was so distressed. Because she got to greet the Archon of Shadows when you guys weren't here.
Poor girl.
And just manifest. Okay, well, I'll just traumatize and shove that in the corner.
Yeah, so Bug gives her like some water, like water. Thanks, Bug. She slips it slowly, and you guys can see there's like a rattle to her grip in the fucking cup of water. Like water like tipples out of it every now and again because she's shaking still.
Is Lord Cross gonna say something mean now?
Yes.
I don't know, is he?
Your guys' call. Let it be known, Express handles your guys' mail, and it is a thing where you guys can send letters to other people in the camp for privacy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's happened multiple
That's good
times.
to
Every now and again, Thresh sends a random fuck you to someone.
Did it actually just say fuck you?
He's 100% done that to each of you guys at least once so far.
Ah, okay.
Like, at times he targets it, other times he's like, give it to whoever is next on the mailing list. And it's like,
Oh my god.
it's just open letter, fuck you. Alright, thanks, Thresh.
Did the same? Oh wait, no, it's anonymous. I was gonna ask if we could like
everyone
roll
can
to see if we
distribute it's
got
fucking
them.
Thresh, alright? There's no one else that would do that in the camp that isn't Thresh.
Yeah, it's like it's anonymous, quote unquote.
But
If you're the one
there have been a couple of times where people think it's Thresh, but it's someone pretending to be Thresh, but he owns it anyways.
That
Nice.
He's like, yeah, that sounds like something I would do. Fuck you too.
what did I even do to deserve? Oh, I existed. That's why.
Has he ever gotten one of his own letters back?
People try to return to sender it many times, and he doesn't care. He's immune to it.
I'm just imagining a scenario where he's like, you know, next person on the mailing list, and next person's like, well, that's you.
The longest streak someone has had with the same letter was 12 times. Where Thresh would write "fuck you," someone would write "fuck you" back on it and send it back to him. Then he'd write another "fuck you" on that one and send it back to them, and it went back and forth 12 times. That's the longest streak before Express was like, "Why am I doing this?" This is
Oh, Express was the weak link. I see.
neither party admitted defeat. Express admitted indifference to the situation and stopped doing it.
Who has the record? This is more important than anything else right now.
Oh, would you guys know?
Please,
Phoenix
I
thinks
beg
it
of
was
you.
Seer, or would Seer know?
Oh, that's okay.
Storyteller and
Totally-
Express have some
Okay,
friendship.
we'll make it simple because everyone hangs out with Sirius to some degree. So how about all of you just roll me a d100 and we'll see who
Ayo,
breaches the. It's 25 and below.
Well, not even fucking close.
Ah, fuck.
Damn. Shit. Fuck.
What is it?
25 and below. Yeah, they're pretty close.
Mittens.
Damn it.
Mittens, please.
Oh, come on.
No, there's a lot of different accounts about who it is. Some people say it's No Face, right? Like they banter back and forth all the time, right? Right. Some people say it's Azani, but it's like, would Azani say "fuck you"? Like, would he reciprocate? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
There's definitely
Maybe
one person
it
that
was-
said that's comic, and it's like, well, yeah, she would definitely do it, but I don't
Yeah,
believe
comic
it.
would do it, but would she care not to just do something herself? Like, who knows, right? Who knows?
If it was him, it was the fucking dude.
Yeah, right. So you guys just don't know. Like, you guys have heard different conflicting accounts, you know. You guys' prisoners do get dropped off at the jail, and you guys can see out in the distance Mama Bear blocking the entrance to it, and you guys could see Thorn in like this almost like sort of cute halfling temper tantrum way getting frustrated at her.
Come on, let me torture him for information.
Oh, I know where I'm going. And probably still holding on to Simon's forearm. Does he resist if I start dragging him towards the jail?
He does.
About there.
Where are we going?
Phoenix trails behind you slowly.
You're sticking with me. I need to talk to them.
Fair enough. But let go of me. Once
He
that guy
looks down
shatters-
where he's grabbing his arm and then back up at Simon. Let's go.
He begins sort of looking around the place in a bit of a daze. He's technically just been hit with like triple double whammies in like the past like 5 hours, so it's not going great. Not going great. Hey, I didn't put Simon on the map.
Yeah.
Uh,
I have to have a long chat after this.
There's. Wait, no. This one.
Oh, there you are.
Here. I'm open to a long chat. We might figure out what's happening. What's happened?
That's what I'd like to know. Then turn around, over this way. Thank you for flipping me.
You go over to the jail where your prisoners were already ditched by Pyre and whom I forgot who the other person you gave it to is, but by your sort of peoples. And you can hear Thorin, "Come on, Mama Bear, just like 2 minutes. I would love to tell her how shit her system is." She's like slapping her feet against the ground, and Mama Bear's like, "No, not this, not this." She's like pinching the breathing room, like, "Not this." Thorin, I recognize that you have your gripes with how the Fairfelds run themselves. But no, you're not going to extol the virtues of your alternative system when, one, no one's allowed to see them right now. Two, they're unconscious. They're not even going to hear what you're saying in the first place. Then I'll wait. Oh. What's up, Cross? Does like a sup nod.
Just kind of like looming over her.
Oh, my bad. Lord Cross. Sorry. Can you tell Mama Bear to get out of the way? I want to shit talk that halfling we got.
She's here at the command of the captain. Captain said no torturing them. The prisoners, that is, without his say-so.
It's not
And what-
torture. I'm teaching her.
There are few things in this camp more torturous than one of your lessons.
What? No, you don't mean that. No. What?
mean
She like looks back and forth between you, Mama Bear. It's not that bad, right? It is that bad.
Worse, I'd say.
What? Communism is a perfectly legitimate form of government.
Fuck. What's the quartermaster's name?
Trinket.
I heard Trinket saying the exact opposite the other day.
Well, that's because Trinket's stupid.
Might want to go
Simon
check
whispers
that.
to you, Phoenix. What the fuck is communism? Yeah, that's
Communism has
not a
risen up as
common
a
occurrence in
thing.
the world, right? I know, like, communism is a big thing in the real world. That's not a
Yeah.
commonly known phrase in a fantasy
The
setting.
only reason we know is because she's fucking told us.
Yeah, so exactly that. Exactly that.
Like looks at him and is like, "Shh! Don't say that! Don't say that! Don't say that! We'll tell you later. Just shush."
Do not mention communism, please.
I didn't read his
Oh,
own
no.
sheets. I'm just using his original sheet. Okay, we touched a bullet there.
Oh no! What the fuck's communism? Well, let me tell you.
Let me tell you about it. It's one of the greatest forms of government in the world. Fine, she kicks rocks, literal. I'll be back though. All right. I know the Archon said to let them go, but don't let them go too fast.
You should let one of them go.
Mama Bear like rolls her eyes at the premise of letting captives go.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Just eat
Oh shit! I just realized. I realized. My bad. There you go. There we go. Size accurate. Thor. Size accurate, Thor.
Small.
That's
She's
it.
a halfling.
Roll into a ball thrower.
Oh my god.
All right, fine. And she takes her leave. Give me a second. Routes.
Take
I think I had
opportunity.
some. You actually try to trigger her.
No.
You made an enemy for life. You made a communist enemy for life. Oh,
It's not a
Meanwhile-
long life.
yeah, I was gonna say threat no face. No, so it's not a very long-lasting enemy.
Just gotta wait for you to die of hunger.
She's gonna hang out. She's gonna hang out, Seer.
Turns to
Yeah, she leaves. You can see Ma Bear like let out a puff and slash sigh. Every like,
Is she normally on like guard duty for the jail, watching the prisoners?
not normally, but not irregularly. Like she's amongst like the roster that does it.
I see.
Like she's one of the better people to survive ambushes, deal with mages, like sort of like jack of all trades style, right? In case of whatever breakout occurrences happen. So she's amongst the list.
You know, I'm sure if you want to try that snake trick of yours, no one would notice if she's gone.
Attempt and premise, Lord Cross. But given we have an Archon in our midst, I'm not going to try anything. Besides, she rubs like middle finger and her index finger along like her forehead, like like massaging essentially. Still reeling from being next to them.
It felt weird, didn't it? Bad.
What felt weird?
The Archon's presence.
Point and nod.
Move your create a triangle.
I saw sweets.
Is it sort of not common knowledge, but would it be common knowledge amongst our group that Archons tend to fuck with magic?
That's the thing. They don't. How to say this? They don't fuck with magic specifically. They fuck with mages.
Okay.
The way I would describe it is they're not distorting the layer of magic energy around you.
They're distorting their ability to command it.
Yeah, they're like stigmatizing your ability to interact with it.
Oh, like leeches.
Right. So the magic layer is relatively untouched. They're just fucking with your nerve receptors.
Like I'm stealing your magical ability for my own. That's why I'm so powerful.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, who knows?
But regardless, is that like well known?
Yeah. It probably happened. You guys might not have been there at the time, but if like a subsect of the Red Revelry went to go help the Archon of War out for their tournament, they probably felt it when they're near the Archon of War. Right, so it happens.
Gotcha.
I will say for you, Phoenix, can you roll me an Arcana check?
You
You can use your spellcasting modifier instead of intelligence.
Ooh la la. Wisdom. Arcana. I completely blanked on what you had asked me.
Arcana.
There's a solid +5 to this.
Okay. So 16. Yeah, definitely not your best roll, but fortunately it wasn't like a.
Fucking better than.
With the +5, it
8.
definitely helped lift you.
And I'm casting guidance, so we have guidance right here.
So something that
Okay.
catches your attention is you felt the foreboding and insidious sensation when the Archon of Shadows entered the premise. You didn't feel anything of the Archon of Dolls.
Oh, okay.
Why that
So-
is, can't tell you.
So when it's mentioned, when Mama Bear says that the Archon's presence, she would pipe in and say, "I didn't feel anything off the doll, though." Archon of Dolls.
She thinks for a moment. Neither did I. My bad. She's super. Neither did I. I gotta get my accents right.
An
Isn't that peculiar?
An Archon that casters can't feel. That's that young, and that needs protection. I'm starting to wonder if this is an Archon at all.
Mom Bear shrugs. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
Not much
But regardless of is or isn't, it's our job to protect it nonetheless.
Didn't say it wasn't.
He'll start turning to walk away, but he'll point over towards Comic over here, who's so close to the vulnerable prisoners.
Fortunately, there's no like windows into the place, so it's fine. But it looks like Comic is like almost like a jaguar, like lounging / napping on the battlements that are overseeing the training yard.
My God.
Very lackadaisical, which is pretty